good morning, it's Adam and Sam, both feeling a little bit worse for wear after last night. I'm straight back on it this morning, I'll tell you what. I've already had a hand shandy. I'm on the others in a minute. Anyway, right, let's crack on and take a look at the headlines. A major shock return on last night's SmackDown. Some interesting NXT talent taking part in dark matches before the Blue Brand show. And we've got an important health update on one Kenny Omega. We'll tell you more in a bit. So, as you probably know by now, thanks for clicking the video anyway, a major return on last night's SmackDown.
I wonder who that silhouette was.
Who could it be? Somebody that we've not seen for about 8 months. Somebody that was reportedly backstage filming stuff at the Performance Center. None other than Zelina Vega returning on last night's show. She's been announced by Sonya Deville as being in the Money in the Bank ladder match, and she competed last night, and it was a barn burner of a match, let me tell you. She got cut off by Liv Morgan, who was pissed off because Vega's getting the spot in the match without doing anything, and then Vega lost in about 2 minutes.
What a return. Honestly, it was just such a shock to see Vega back in general, and the whole thing here is clearly building up to the fact that we need to all get behind Liv, and Liv's the underdog in this story. Liv's the one who's pushing for like a fair chance to get into the match. Liv's probably going to be the one that doesn't get a chance and gets screwed out of it, and then later gets a chance maybe on the night itself or something.
Building up to Liv-mania.
Yeah, basically. But I mean, this is a perfect way to bring Vega back, have a run down Liv, especially because she does just go off on her, and then they have the match, and I think it was perfect. She should have maybe not. She should have maybe.
Return at all.
I just think in terms of like what they're doing with it story wise, I didn't quite.
It helps.
I meant the structure of that, not so much the content and delivery.
Sure.
But in terms of getting Liv into an underdog position, making Vega look horrible, it achieved both.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, fair. Yeah, I found it a bit uninspired. I think there's a little bit more they could have done there. Surprising to see her back, I really did think that even after, because it all really died down after the fact that she was spotted at the Performance Center. I just thought, she might be AEW bound at this point. That's the belief that Aleister Black's going to be. Who knows now?
Everybody'd figured, and it was just one of those things, but it was so surprising. The one thing, though, about the return was, and it's not something that, as you said, it was kind of plodding and a little bit almost cheesy in places, that promo. But it was Michael Cole just going, "Oh, what a surprise!" when the music came on.
It's Christian.
It
was a bit of a weird one. She's released a little statement on Twitter saying, "What to take from tonight? I'm back. I'm going to be in the Money in the Bank ladder match, and I will win. Period. Everything else is irrelevant." But that's not the only bit of Twitter activity from her. She's also deleted that tweet saying, "I support unionization."
What tweet? No, that never happened. Don't worry about it.
Oh, did that not happen?
No, that never happened. Don't worry about it.
That's gone. I think she posted that very shortly after she was released, and you can't find that anymore on her page. Again, focusing on Money in the Bank, Bayley and Bianca Belair's feud had an interesting stipulation added to it. You've got to believe this is the last in their chapter. It's certainly a stipulation that lends itself to the finishing. And with SummerSlam fast approaching, Bianca probably is going to get a new opponent there. It's going to be an I Quit match, and I think that's excellent. I'm really looking forward to that.
Yeah, Bayley's been getting more and more unhinged, and I think that we've seen this so much, as you said, that it really needs to come to a close, and this is the perfect way to do it. We could, see Bayley, maybe leave TV a little bit and come back up on Raw. She might return to SmackDown down the line, It's a nice rounded way to finish it, isn't it? Before we move into a new phase for Belair. Yeah, you can tell they're
just sort of, I don't want to say filling time, but there's obviously there's got to be big plans for SummerSlam. Maybe a returning Becky Lynch, something like that. And so they're just holding off, it seems, and just one more chapter in this. But I enjoy watching them wrestle. I'm not too bothered by it, and I think that'll be a fun match. Speaking of Money in the Bank, what else is going on with the qualifiers, Samuel?
So we've got the finalization of SmackDown's qualifiers next week. This was all announced last night, so I'll just read it out. So WWE will finalize their men's Money in the Bank lineup on next week's SmackDown. There are 2 final qualifying matches, and they were announced last night, and they're Baron Corbin versus Shinsuke Nakamura and Cesaro versus Seth Rollins. But so far, in terms of how the matches stand, the men's match is Kevin Owens, who beat Zayn last night on SmackDown. Big E, Ricochet, Riddle, Morrison, and Drew. So we've got more slots to go. So those final SmackDown qualifiers will be next week. Nothing's been announced next week regarding the women's side of it. But Vega was added, obviously, to the match as she had that back and forth with Liv. And she's joining Carmella, Asuka, Naomi, Alexa, and Nikki as it stands. So, you know, it's likely people seem to think next week SmackDown will just kind of have whatever announcement, or they'll have the final women's qualifiers as well. But I guess we'll
maybe
see.
Some more stuff from Liv.
Yeah.
Who knows? We will see. Before the show, some interesting NXT talent taking place in dark matches. We've seen a few of these names pop up before, but there's a few new ones there as well. Karrion Kross versus Cesaro happened before the show. Karrion Kross being groomed for a main roster call-up very, very soon, it seems. Another one, Shotzi Blackheart, she competed against Toni Storm. And you know what? It doesn't surprise me one bit. I feel like as soon as Vince saw Toni Storm, she was not going to be sticking around
NXT UK and
NXT UK for very long at all. So it doesn't surprise me that they want her. So maybe with the draft fast approaching, we'll see Toni up there. Another one, Robert Roode taking on somebody that I wasn't really familiar with, to be honest. Odyssey Jones. Done a bit of research. He's only really competed live events. He's a big fella. You can see a picture of him right now. And so it looks like maybe he's even like skipping NXT, I guess. He's not actually made like a TV TV debut or anything. So it looks like maybe he'll be heading straight to the main roster. We don't know.
No, but I mean, well, there's all the talk that Vince is in and around the PC just staring at people all day going, "Are you the next star?"
Maybe that was it. Maybe he was there and Vince thought, yep, that's my boy, get him in.
Well, he's former college athlete. You got to know he's going to be like in impeccable shape in terms of his physicality and athleticism if he's been competing at that level at football. So I imagine Vince has just sat there clapping his hands, waiting to do something there. But
good luck to the lad.
Yeah.
He's going to need it. Finishing off now, we're heading over to AEW. Kenny Omega, an important health update from the Wrestling Observer newsletter. It was pretty recently reported that he was going through some horrible health stuff, and he's an absolute mess at the moment. But obviously that's a massive problem because he's got every belt in the world. But Dave providing an update. What's he said?
He said Omega was feeling a lot better, and you could tell in the Jungle Boy match. The biggest issue was an athletic hernia, and stem cell treatment and PRP therapy have helped a lot. He said it wasn't day and night, but he felt it made a world of difference. And the match was also Meltzer's match of the week, so, you know.
There you go.
Yeah.
Congratulations to Kenny Omega. What an honour.
Yeah.
And Jungle Boy, obviously. But yeah, I mean, he was saying that he was even thinking that he was not going to be doing this for too much longer. I mean, the guy is, I think he's what, 37? He's late 30s. I might be wrong. He might be 39 or something. But he's late 30s and like he's having stem cell therapy and stuff like that. That's scary stuff, isn't it? I mean, the matches are just so physical. He never holds back.
Yeah.
But it's good to hear he's feeling a little bit better.
Well, that's really it. You know, hopefully he makes a full recovery and he can just kind of take it a bit easier from now on. Cause,
exactly.
Yeah. We'd rather have you around longer than have more amazing matches.
Exactly. I couldn't agree more. So yeah. Props to Kenny Omega. Something popped up on Slack just as we were talking, by the way. So congratulations to Dana Brooke, who's got engaged. So there's your huge scoop of the,
happy news ending.
Yeah, congratulations, Dave Bautista, I assume. Anyway, all the best. We will see you in a few hours for a second news video. Take care of yourselves. Enjoy the game tonight as well. It's coming home.
I've heard it might be, you know.
Might just be coming home. See you in a bit.